We're not just a little different. We're a lot different. You're listening to the Voice of the People USA Radio Network. We're live 24/7 on www.vopusaradio.com. New live shows can be found every day and night of the week. We are the new mainstream media. This is where censorship comes to die, and all voices and opinions are welcome here. Thursday nights, it's Voice of the People USA Radio. The VOP Roundtable, live every Tuesday night. Rise Above the Noise, a conversation with Carrie.
Wow.
I had to cut it short. The misinformation was bothering me.
A conversation with Carrie.
That's true. I did cut it off right where it said that, right? I mean,
Yep.
At least we're back on our time slot. So
that's true. And then I fuck shit up and move everything around on mine. So sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay. I intend on doing a lot of rando radio this weekend while I'm sitting bored on my off my ass in the sun shit state. So I'm looking forward to that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's disgusting today here. What's it gonna be like down there? Jeez.
Yeah, they gave me fair warning that it's really, really bad. I'm like,
Oh, great. If they're actually saying it's really, really bad, then God help you.
they're all eating their electrolyte fucking ice pops.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That just sounds horrible as it is, but no.
Why would any sane person live there all year round? I just don't understand.
I don't know. I told you I want to get, everybody gets a winter house and shit, and they go to like Florida or like Arizona or something.
Yeah.
I just want my winter house to be in Maine. So
there you go.
I want a house in Maine, a house in the Arctic Circle, and a house in Antarctica.
There you go.
That would be my dream come true. So there.
You get a team of Huskies.
Whoa.
What's wrong?
So anyway, random notifications, So
Gotcha.
Welcome to your show.
Welcome to your show. Dan, what would you like to talk about tonight?
Oh, God. You're asking me.
I am. You always ask me, so you should start this time.
I'm as lost as you. Come on now. We had such a good show last week. It's like you can't really repeat,
I know.
Lightning doesn't strike twice sometimes.
Right. Well, like I said, I mean, like I've been listening to the news and, just trying to decipher, what's true and what's not and all that as usual. But like, I feel like if I bring up anything, it's going to be so repetitive because the news has been so repetitive. It's now the only difference now is that they throw in Afghanistan, every, like if you're listening, it's like the first 15 minutes is Afghanistan, the next 15 minutes is COVID, the next 15 minutes is Afghanistan, and then the final 15 minutes of the hour is COVID, and that's it. I'm like, but when the rain was really bad, there was a little bit about the poor people in Tennessee that like were overwhelmed with the water and all that. But now that's, that was last weekend, so now that's over. Oh,
nobody cares about that now. Come on.
Nope.
So let's talk about a revolutionary new topic. Okay,
let's do it.
Here we go. COVID-19.
Oh, Jesus.
Can we talk about COVID-22 and just like be ahead of the curve? Like
I think we should start that.
Right? COVID-22, it's a fake. I mean, so I'm guessing by the ingeniosity of people on the Twitter, I saw COVID-22 trending the other day, but I couldn't bring it to my. I couldn't even look because I'm just like, please, I just don't. Whatever.
I can't.
I don't.
And I mean, and everyone, it's you have the people who are just so tired of it, even the people who actually believe in the severity of it are getting tired of it. And then you have the crazy, the ones who love the worst case scenario shit, and they can't let it go. And it's just like today I went into a CVS here to get my passport photo taken. And apparently you can do it yourself now, but I don't trust that because I'm not sending my shit and have them deny it. Mm-hmm. So I go into CVS, and the CVS says you must wear a mask. It doesn't say anything about whether you've been vaccinated or not. You wear a mask. I'm like, all right, it's a drugstore. I get it. People coming into the pharmacy are sick. All right, fine. So I put my mask on. I walk in, and out of the store workers had their masks on, but out of all of the people in the store, and there, I don't know, the 10 or 12 people I saw while I was in there, 2 had their masks on. And I'm like, all right, so this is the thing that's bothering me right now. I get that the employees do not want to deal with the crazies who freak out and scream in their face and everything else if they're told to put a mask on. So I understand that, but then for Christ's sake, take the fucking sign down. You're wearing a mask or not? And I walked in, and the only reason I kept my mask on was because the workers were so close to me and taking the picture for the passport and all that. I didn't want to upset. I mean, I took it off for the passport. That would have been funny. But I mean, that was the only reason I kept it on, was because I didn't want to I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to be a Karen. I'm not going to be I'm not putting whatever. I don't care. But this is what bothers me. It's it's so half-assed. People walk in, and I watch this because I'm the same way. They walk in with their mask on, they look around, and then they take it off. It's everyone engages. Who is anyone wearing a mask in here? No, okay, then I'm taking off. It's this unnecessary. I mean, I'm not saying that I want a mask mandate. I don't want I want masks. I don't want that. I mean, but I mean, it's just it's so absurd at this point. And we went to Dick's the other day, the sporting goods store. This is about 2 weeks ago now. And the 2 workers in the front of the store had masks on. And then it said a mask is required to enter this place. It didn't say anything about vaccinated or not. And I'm like, well, I guess we're not going in here. I didn't bring my mask, which I lied. I did have it in my purse. But I'm just this is stupid. And they're like, well, we have masks you can have. I'm like, oh, and they have disposable masks there. I'm like, all right. And I go to pick one up, and I look in the store, and nobody's got a mask on. I'm like, fuck that. And I walked in. I'm like, this is what gets me, these half-assed measures. And then the powers that be will blame the people who aren't getting vaccinated for the continued spread of COVID. And I'm like, yes. Have you looked at all the people who aren't listening to any of the shit that you're peddling as far as putting the masks on and making people wear masks? So it's not just those people who aren't getting the shot. It's everybody. Calm down. Just so there's my rant about that.
No, that's good. You could rant lots. I'm an advocate for. It's all cool. Yeah, I have a hard time judging from day to day what I want to identify as. So yeah, it's very hard for me. No, I'm confident in my gender and my orientation, folks. But no, it's just, do I want to be a domestic terrorist today, or do I want to be one of those segregated anti-vaxxer people that they call me too? Even though I never said anything about other vaccines, but no, I'm an anti-vaxxer terrorist, or I'm a domestic terrorist, or fill in the blank. So it's cool. Right. I go through my cycles. What do I want to be today? I'm going to pick up an American flag and hold it high. Domestic terrorist. I'm going to tell people, yo, look at the side effects. You fucking anti-vaxxing scum. I hope they take you to the camps. Yes. Thank you. As I was doing my disgusting take on some of the Twitter, I don't like doing it, as I said, because I hate fucking people.
Yep.
Elias is in the chat room. He identifies as a salamander.
I like salamanders. They're cool.
I'll see a lot of them down there. But no.
I think they're geckos down there.
Whatever. Geckos, salamanders, fucking, yeah.
Ask Elias. He lives down there.
Yeah. So here's a tweet by Billy Valine, RN, registered nurse, at Nurse Prada 2. And I quote, I heard FEMA was supposed to be building, yes. I heard FEMA was supposed to be building camps for the unvaccinated, but haven't seen it happen yet. Where the fuck are the camps? We're long overdue to start treating these scumbags like they deserve. No vaccine, no right to live. I say to you, because I'm all about that bad karma when need be, I hope you die a rancid slow death, bitch.
If she's an actual nurse and saying shit like that, then she needs to be like
she just
brought
needs to
up and
fucking
like
die.
discharged
Fuck that
and have
bitch.
her license removed.
Fuck
Like,
that bitch.
or is this one of those bots that people are just, they're just trying to stir shit up?
No, she took the tweet down after getting pressure. But on the internets, it lives forever, right?
Yeah.
So that one stuck out to me. I'm like, wow, you're a special piece of shit. Just like those doctors that walked out at a hospital in Florida to protest people not having the vaccine. You know what? Every last one of you too. I hope you fucking rot in hell, you disgusting, pathetic scumbag fucks. And honestly, a lot of doctors are very much a part of the problem. So fuck you. You're so overworked. You're so overfilled. You're so fucking, inundated with people dying in the streets from COVID-19 Delta, but you have time to go stage a little protest or wave your little fucking signs while you take your fucking $300,000-$400,000 a year salaries and then preach to us. I say, every last one of you, fuck off. And I hope karma finds you. And I hope it finds you.
I wouldn't call it a little protest because I saw pictures of it and it looked like it was almost every single doctor and nurse and whatever on staff. There was quite a large group.
There were two. You gotta be more precise here. I don't even know which one.
I'm talking about the one that was early. I think the one happened like between the day shift and the night shift. I mean, the night shift and the day shift. It was like in the early morning, I think.
Well, two hospitals did it in Florida. Some walked out to protest mandates, and the other hospital walked out to protest the unvaxxed. So I don't know which one had the numbers. I don't care.
I think it was the unvaxxed one. I'm not positive, but I think it was the unvaxxed one because I think that's the one that I saw the picture from.
Well, cool. Then
because I remember them saying. Mm-hmm.
What they need to do is immediately pull their medical license and pull all state and federal funding and taxpayer funding that medical facility because they're not engaged in the Hippocratic oath of do no harm. They're more concerned about striking social justice points. So I say, fuck every one of them. They should all be fired. They should all be sued. They should be sued by every taxpayer that lives in that township, that county, or the state and come after them in every possible way. And they should revoke their licenses because they're putting politics above actually helping people, which is part of the Hippocratic oath. So fuck them.
My issue with this is that, if it's as bad as everyone says it is, right? Like if the hospital, like you read these articles, and Kevin and I talked about this, it's like you read the articles where, they're saying that the hospital's overwhelmed again. And like, there's people like, some nurse said she pulled up and to her job. And like, there were people like on the floor in the emergency room because they didn't have beds and all that. I'm like, all right, if it's that bad, all these doctors and nurses and all these other healthcare workers, here's the thing. Americans are used to blood, guts, and gore. They're used to going to the movie theater and seeing all kinds of crazy shit. So you keep saying the hospitals are overwhelmed. You keep saying there's people like, laying all, but the only pictures we ever see are like an individual patient at a time hooked up to a breathing tube or something. We need to see the blood, guts, and gore. If it's really that bad, you need to be taking photos. You need to be posting this online. You need to be showing this to the news because a lot of people, even people who like Kevin and myself, who, we got the vaccine and, we just want to make sure that, things are, we're, not like scared, but like, let's not like play with fate. And we're just like, it's better off to be that way. And I have to do that anyhow for my job now. But like, you really like, even the people who are, at least semi-concerned are starting to be like, okay, show me the carnage. Because if I don't see the carnage, I'm not going to believe it anymore. And I'm not seeing it like at all.
Carrie, those crisis actors are stuck at a Afghanistan airport right now. They'll get here soon. They were busy staging chemical attacks and, the same people that magically die at every scene. So they'll come back soon. Don't worry. United Airlines will go and get them.
I miss them.
I just fucking whatever. It's like they started losing their propaganda war when people were just taking cell phones last year amidst the lockdown and going into the hospitals and showing all the doctors and nurses sitting around doing nothing.
But they had an excuse for that. They said that, that wasn't the COVID ward, and that and the people can't get into the COVID ward to see. So that's the reason, Dan. Come on.
Of course, it must be true then. Yeah. Like I said, I love when they do the numbers. 99% of the hospital beds for COVID are filled. They designate 5 beds, and they'll have 4 people in the beds and say, "Whoa, no, it's the end of the world."
Oh, and then they set up the tents in the parking lot, but there's nobody in the tents yet. It's just in case. It's like, so you have the tents, but there's nobody in there. I know that the government sent Texas a bunch of the refrigerated tractor trailer truck, the trailers, and but they said that no hospitals asked for them yet, but okay, so you sent them down there, so are they being used? Come on, and the case rate has gone way up, okay, but the death rate has not, and they're saying that's because we've learned how to treat it better and everything else. I'm like, okay, so that's good, but I'm still. Even the news, CNN, CNN is not. I remember this time last year, every day they were saying how many Americans had died or how many new cases there were. They haven't said that at all. There's been no death count. I just read today. I think there's something that we're averaging over 1,000 people a day again.
Sure.
But nobody's saying it. Nobody's mentioning on the news anymore. I'm like, okay, so I guess it's not that bad if they're not saying, oh my God, this many people. Okay.
Well,
again,
the death counter
you need
may
to see
return.
The carnage.
The death counter may return because CNN stopped that on January 20th, 2021, magically. No political motive there, but now CNN is attacking Joe Biden, so the death counter. You never know. The cackling bitch is ready. Anyway, another tweet that I liked and I thought was interesting enough for me to save. That's few and far between. But we'll get back to normal in 2 weeks when we flatten the curve, in 2 months when we flatten the curve, in 1 year when we flatten the curve, when 60% get vaccinated, when 80% get vaccinated, when 90% get vaccinated, when 100% get vaccinated, when we have full and total control over you by a doctor. I'm good for you, Dr. Ross Samadi, who practices in Arizona. He's about to lose his practice, but it's just whatever. There's so much to fucking hate and so much to bitch about, and like you said, it's just one of those deals where you can't not talk about it, which disgusts me.
Even though we're a broken record. I was just thinking about this. We've been doing this show for over a year, and it's I feel like if we just randomly threw on any one of our episodes, it would sound the same.
I know. God. And here's another one, and I'm going to stop at this because there's too much to fucking read, and I don't need to aggregate media and shit. I know enough to pay attention and whatever, and I could usually, reverse engineer whatever I'm seeing or reading and just have a field day with it. But this, excuse me, throat. The American Airlines fucking, variant. So I'm flying American Airlines, not United this week. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, rest in peace, Michael Mitchell, 65 years old. Okay. Post 2 of 10. Him, this Michael Mitchell, who's an actor, who posted on February 22nd, first vaccine done, absolutely 0 side effects, looking forward to the second one. March 20th, second vaccination done, zero after effect as yet, vaccine certificate issued, smiley face. May 6th, why do people keep trying to ram it down my throat that I shouldn't take the vaccine? Just saying. 150 million vaccines have been administered. 0.0005% have resulted in a serious side effect. I'm still doing great and feeling fantastic. May 2nd, he posted his fully vaccinated thing on his page and Facebook profile. Okay. July 16th. Well, that's my 3rd jab today. Proud to be part of this experiment to save lives. July 21st. I've been wearing a mask since we were first asked to do so, and I will continue to do so from Monday when I want what? From Monday when I want to, or until I feel it's okay to stop. I'm not sure why being considerate to others. Hang on. I've lost my place. I'm not sure why being considered to others for the common good is now being mocked by some who are calling it living in fear, but it needs to stop. When I wear a mask over my nose and mouth in public and in stores, supermarkets, pharmacies, I want you to know the following. I'm educated enough to know that I could be asymptomatic and still give you the virus. I don't live in fear of the virus. I just want to be part of the solution, not the problem. I don't feel like the government controls me. I feel like an adult, contributing to the security of our society. I want to teach others the same. If we could all live with the consideration of others in mind, the whole world would be a much better place. Wearing a mask doesn't make me weak, scared, stupid, or even controlled. It makes me caring and responsible. July 21st. When you think about our appearance, discomfort, or other people's opinion of you, imagine a loved one, a child, father, mother, grandparent, aunt, uncle, or even a stranger placed on a ventilator, alone, without you or any family member allowed to at their bedside. Ask yourself if you could have helped them a little by wearing a mask. P.S. I've had 3 vaccinations of different brands, so we may learn more about a way forward. Okay, here we go. This is 1 week after that. Had 2 Sinovac and now 1 Pfizer. 3 shots in, feeling fantastic. This is the next day. And then, as posted on July 24th, Mike Mitchell, Gladiator actor and bodybuilder, dead at 65. The Scottish actor was a 5-time World Fitness Federation champion. So, I read stuff like that, and again, I guess I fall on the side of, if you got the shit, shut the fuck up about it and stop being grandiose and telling the world, look at me, while condemning others. But look at me, I'm better than you. I got this and you should be doing it too. I'm going to preach to you. I'm going to preach to you. I'm going to preach to you. Preach, preach, preach. I'm better than you. Look at my post. Look at this. Look at that. I'm so great. I'm so wonderful. I got it. You don't. You're the problem. I'm so wonderful. I'm so wonderful. I'm fucking dead. Like, you know, I don't want to be the asshole. I don't. But was it worth it? I just, whatever. And I've seen so many different posts like this and so many different things and blah, 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 blah. And the shit just goes on and on and on and on. And I swear to God, it's like, for those who got, wonderful. For those who haven't gotten, wonderful. Shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. Just shut the fuck up and stop feeding into the fucking narrative already. Like, my God. Like, listen.
Both narratives.
Yes.
Both
like,
narratives.
I post shit on my fascist book account in the story section just to make people think. And it's like, I'm not putting my opinion on there. I mean, I did say clearly that, you know, resistance is definitely required and the time needs to come, but we're long past that time. But other than that, you know, it's like, I post, you decide. You like, you read, you give one of your stupid little fucking fascist book emojis. If not, you don't. I don't care. Life goes on. Remove me, block me, right. Whatever. I don't care. But all I see, it, you know, ad nauseum are the ones that have to boast and boast and boast and point the finger. And then I see the other ones, you know, not as many doing the same shit because they're usually not allowed the same amount of, you know, social space to put those messages out there because they'll get their post removed or whatever the case may be. Fine. So be it. I say this. Don't sit there and talk about fucking people are being segregated against and people are being demonized while you're one of the ones doing it. I mean, that it should just be simple logic. You would think.
Whoa. Well, right there, simple logic. And I have to say, like, you know, you did a really good job of, you know, showing that. And I agree that there are people out there, like, they think that they're amazing. They should get like a star, you know, a sticker, whatever, for, you know, pushing the vaccine and saying, look, I did it and blah, blah, blah. And that shit pisses me off. But the other thing that bothers me is the sheer stupidity of some of the people who are posting the opposite, right? And like, I mean, my God, like whether you believe or not, at least when you make an argument, can you be educated about it? I watched a video of this one woman, like it was a short clip. Now I understand that this kind of a video, like they could, interview like 100 people before they found like the big idiots, and then they just show the big idiots. But it's so it was a video where like a guy is like going around and like interviewing people in New York City, because there was a protest happening at outside of the mayor's mansion, about, I don't know, one of his mandates. I think it was about the fact that anybody who's going into any restaurant, bar, theater, sporting event, kind of thing like that, everybody, except basically anything except a store. If you go into New York City now, you have to be vaccinated. You have to show proof. So I think it was a protest against that. And so there were the protesters were there, and then there were the other side, the anti whatever, so they're both whatever. And this guy, and he's a comedian. So, I mean, obviously you already know that he's looking for the really funny ones. And so he went through and he has like, he went interviewed, like he talked to like the people that made the cut were like, I don't know, there's like 10 different people. And some of the shit they came up with. This one woman, she was like, I'm not taking that vaccine. Like this is, and the mask man, that this is ridiculous having it. And she goes on and she talks about how her DNA is going to be wiped out, completely wiped out. I'm like, oh my God, her DNA is going to be completely wiped out. And how dare she have to show proof of vaccination, because this is just like the Jews in Nazi Germany having to, wear a star. And the guy's like, so you think that the Jews going into the concentration camps and having to wear the star and all that was like the same as you not being allowed to go into a gym or a bar without being vaccinated? She goes, yes. And I'm like, oh God. And then there was the next woman, and she identified herself as being from Pennsylvania, and she was there protesting because she didn't want it to spread. She didn't want it to spread to Pennsylvania. And he's like, oh yeah, definitely. Well, you're vaccinated, right? She's like, what are you talking about? Are you crazy? She goes, what side are you on? I'm talking about the mask mandate or the vaccine mandate. We don't want that spreading to Pennsylvania. And I'm like, oh God. and it just went on from there. And then some of the people were saying like the stupid, like the crazy shit. I love the ones who were like, we don't want this poison in our blood while they're smoking cigarettes. I'm like, uh-huh. And I mean, and it was just, and again, I understand that this was just like a little blip, and who knows how many people he interviewed before he got like these, 10 complete morons. But you see these arguments that these people are making, against the vaccine, against masking, whatever, against COVID. And, there are some legitimate arguments, and then there's those dumbasses. And the problem is that too many of the average Americans can't understand the difference. And so they'll repeat stupid shit, like it's going to wipe out my DNA. No, like, what are you talking about? So, I mean, it's the same people. This is why I like to joke. And someone's like, complaining about the vaccine. I'll be like, well, I haven't sprouted wings or a unicorn horn yet, and I'm very annoyed. So I want my money back. I mean, I'm just like, come on, whatever side you're on, can you at least be, don't sound like a fucking idiot. That's my beef with this whole thing. Like, come on. It's embarrassing on both sides. It's embarrassing when you talk like this.
Well, you're never going to highlight the most intelligent people. They're always going to show the ones that are making an ass of
themselves. Well, no, I know that. And I said that. Mm-hmm. But there are other people I've seen online saying similar things, maybe not quite as ridiculous, but similar things. And I'm like, you realize that can't be possible. Like you literally, like you think about it, like that just is not a possibility with the technology you have in your possession. That, certain things like that. I'm just like, just stop and think before you repost shit, whether it's pro, con. Stop and think first, please. Like, it's just I'm so over it.
I mean, yeah, you got to do logical research and actually put common sense shit out there that might actually, generate a response from people or make people think that's going to be logical and not fucking just ranting idiotic shit. Like,
this is and you put stupid shit like that and like laugh about it and think it's, like you're no better than the people that you're trying to bring down. You're really not.
Now, I do have a gripe.
Yes.
And this is with somebody named Chris Sky, who's a cool dude. And they're highlighting his video from Canada on, Real America's Voice radio station, the show Outside the Beltway. And his YouTube video can be found, Chris Sky on Fascist Book and wherever else. But they said 1 year ago, predicting exactly what was going to happen, which is happening now, about the mandates and the lockdowns and the forced vax and everything else. I just want to say, Some of us have been saying it since February of 2020. Okay. And damn it, I'm clout chasing now. I demand credit where credit is due. So we need to find our episodes, well, it wasn't called Politishock then. Our Politishock episode and our episode from the beginning of last February and rebroadcast them live. So that way, when people say, like, I get the questions. Did you really say that? Did you really put that out there? Yes. And here's the documented proof. We can't fuck with that.
Right.
I want to rebroadcast those episodes one day very soon. Just saying. First saying. And yeah, thank you, Elias. Yeah, I said it. We had the first conversation on Rise Above the Noise. And then it went to the Thursday show as one of Elias's first shows where I did the whole prophetic breakdown. So I'm not saying, damn it, I need my ego fluffed. Okay. Like, damn you influencers, quote unquote. You're getting credit. You were not the first. I'm just saying. Hey, all the people that have made so much fucking money off this shit, why can't we profit off telling fucking truisms? I don't get it. Damn integrity.
People don't want to hear the truth, Dan. They can't handle the truth.
Damn it. Give us your money. I mean, it's not about the money, but give us your money. It's like the people that have rose to prominence over their YouTube shit and other stuff just by talking about these subjects nonstop, and many on many sides are both wrong, but it's just like they're making money hand over fist. It's like, here's your first sign. Okay, if you are very much a non-believer in the worst pandemic in the history of the world, or not a believer in any vaccines or anything else, and you're still making a shit ton of money on YouTube talking about it, you're probably controlled opposition, because otherwise your ass would have been banned from YouTube.
You've been banned.
So there's a lesson for people. If you're watching somebody who's been posting videos for well over a year on their YouTube channel talking about said things, and they're still posting, you may not want to take their word for fucking gospel. There's some food for thought shit. We've lost how many YouTube channels after all these years? YouTube channels gone, right? TWRP channels gone, strikes, everything out. Like, the people who talk truth, or even have conversations putting both sides out there, they're long fucking gone. I know. I mean, I know we're on YouTube. I forgot to turn it off. We're streaming on our third YouTube channel right now, and I'm sure this show is going to give us a strike. I know. We're doing a double header tonight because Truly Uncensored follows this show, so I definitely got to turn it off for that show. I forgot to do it for this one, but hey, I updated the titles. So, I mean...
Hey, I already got in trouble on YouTube, so I don't know if I told you. So, like, maybe this will be a second strike against me. I don't know. Years ago, like, we're talking like the class of 20, maybe 15, 16, somewhere in there. So this is a while ago now. I was teaching AP American Literature. And I had the kids, we were reading excerpts from the Civil War, like Civil War letters home and stuff like that. And so I don't know if anyone has ever, the massive Civil War documentary that Ken Burns did, which was fantastic. There's a letter home. It's called, I think it was Sullivan Ballou wrote this letter home to his wife. And they put this like very heart-wrenching fiddle music behind it. And so I showed them this clip about this letter and the guy reading it, and then it says at the end of it, it's like, Sullivan Ballou died, was shot or killed or whatever, whatever. And so like the kids are like, oh my God. So I gave them an assignment to write their own letter home as if they were, Civil War soldier, whatever. So then I think I must have given the kids extra points or something if they did a video of it. And so one of my students, a very creative young man, did the letter. And he read it out loud, and he did like a whole PowerPoint presentation that the slides. It had pictures of like the battle, like had like somebody digging up like a grave that hastily dug, and so there's like skeletons and like it's real pictures. So this has been posted since then on my school YouTube channel, because I use YouTube to like post. I don't really it's just got videos that I have to show to the kids for whatever reason. It's a place to keep them, and it's an easy way to link. I got an email. This is like a week or two ago from YouTube saying that the content in this video was not appropriate for people under the age of 18, and they changed the rating on my YouTube channel. And I'm like, to like R basically. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, I didn't even remember the video. So I looked at the video and I watched it. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And the letter, like it was written as if, he took a few liberties, and it's okay. As if he was the soldier writing home, and that he was the one who stayed home, and he was writing to the soldier. And I guess, the assumption, the way he wrote it, was that they were gay. And I'm like, well, I'm sure that was back then too, but and so I was like, is that why? And then so I like tried to like push back on them on that, and then they said, well, after reviewing it again, we've decided to stick with our opinion. And I'm like, is it because he was gay? I said that in the email, but nobody responded to that. But then Kevin's like, no, I think it's the pictures of the skulls. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So this is an actual student's like assignment that was like, and it's been on YouTube for like 7 years. I said that too. I'm like, really? It's been up there for how long? And now you're just saying this? So maybe they've searched me up after hearing, the America, the Voice of the People, the channel being blocked, and now they're just like, attacking everybody. I know. I'm like, really? Come on.
You are a perpetrator of propaganda and fucking adult material.
Yeah.
Apparently. How you're a heathen. You're a heathen.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Well, this is just going to go on my record of being a teacher here, from witchcraft to political blah, blah, blah propaganda to promoting gay lifestyle or whatever. I'm going to be in all over.
Were you having a don't ask, don't tell conversation?
Oh, my God.
Uh-oh. I'll tell you.
I tell you.
You're a fucking troublemaker.
Wow. It. Listen, I got 8 more years before I can retire. I got to make it 8 more years. Oh, God.
Yes. Yeah, I just simply say fuck you too. Sorry, I know we're on there. Good luck trying to find that fucking channel. Anyway, but
right.
it's like, whatever. We've been on so many different fucking channels for YouTube and so many different things, and just I can't even keep track anymore. Literally, the new channel has like 93 subscribers, and and some people use that as, you're not a real influencer, you don't have a few thousand subscribers. What? Like, if I like, honestly, kind of started the fucking VOP shit long before like people making money on YouTube was a thing. I'm sorry I missed that boat, I guess. I guess I sucked. Even when our original channel was monetized with over the 53,000 subscribers. Do you think I ever thought once, oh, I'm gonna post on here and make money? I didn't. I and that's on me, maybe. I don't know. But it was just like, I'm more concerned with putting fucking truth out there and talking real shit than I am concerned about getting fucking super chats or whatever.
Super chats?
I guess is a thing. I don't know.
I don't know.
And sometimes people think I'm being like, anti-YouTube or whatever. Like, no, it was never my thing. I just didn't care. And then they fucking took that channel away then anyway. So there you go.
Well, I mean, I think we're like, I never watch like, this whole like live, like streaming, like podcasting, YouTubing. What the hell's the other thing that they use? What's the one that we have? Twitch, all that.
Yeah.
Like I never saw, like Kevin showed me Twitch. This was, probably a year or so ago. And we watched this like a couple different things. I'm like, people are getting paid to do this. Yeah. And I just like, I want nothing to do. I don't want to watch any of that. There's nothing that I want to watch, like watching the two of us just sitting there talking. Like, if we ever have to start doing video, like, no, like I'm not gonna. What? No, I'm sorry.
Here's how I'm gonna make it interesting. I'm gonna try to find like videos and highlights and stories and shit to put on screen while we have our conversation, because I know, me. I don't give a rat's ass about showing my face, but I'm also, I put my name out. I sound like a fucking Canadian, you know.
What's it all about, Dan?
What's it all about? Shout out to our Canadian friends, but like seriously,
I love Canada.
yeah, Canada, it's the bestest. Anyway, but fucking, you know, because of the whole Roku thing and everything, we're kind of gonna have to do like video content,
Right.
And I just
I
think,
mean,
like,
I will go on if you go. I mean, I don't really want to, but I will. So that's on you. That's up to you.
right? I look at it like this. People are like, oh, you're not going to show your face. Like, my fucking name is all over this shit. Go fucking Google me.
Yeah.
Get past all the he's a white supremacist, fucking black supremacist, fucking every other name they called me. You can find my picture anywhere. It's ugly. It's horrifying. Boom. There you go. Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. Or, all right. Like, the fuck? I don't hide who the fuck I am. You know, I've always taken a liking to the radio style. I have, and granted, you know, I just think it's an old school fucking tried and true method, and that's just been kind of overlooked over the years. And we integrate a whole bunch of shit together. So we got the live streaming, the live podcasting, if you will, you know, and we got the more radio feel shit. Yeah, we're gonna start taking calls again and crap like that. But it was like, we're a hybrid. You know, we're a fucking hybrid. There you go. That's what we are. So I got way off point there. I apologize. your gay Civil War soldier story thing just, you know, threw me for a loop. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I was just like,
I'm gonna go find your private YouTube channel and just start reporting you.
Cool. I wonder. I mean, did somebody have to like say like get upset about that?
Yes.
Like, because like so somebody complained. Like, who the fuck was watching a student video from like 2015 about the Civil War and like got upset about the skulls or the gayness? I guess, I don't know. Like, really? Like, who?
Wow. Well, nothing ever ceases to amaze these days. So, you know, whatever. Whatever. So what's next?
So here's a question for you. In your job, do you have to do sexual harassment training?
Oh God, yes. Ugh.
So I had to do it a couple of years ago. This is pre-pandemic. I had to do it. It was online. I had to stay in the school building because it was only going to register that I did it if I was actually using school Wi-Fi. I'm like, what? So I sat there and I took this, and I didn't even pay attention, and I didn't do real well because I was like, I'm not watching these fucking stupid ass videos that I couldn't fast forward. I felt like one of the kids. And so I was just like, whatever, I don't even care. And so now apparently that, you know, the was the poster boy, the pinup boy for apparently women 50 years of age and older has lost his throne, Governor Cuomo. The new chick has, I can't even remember, Hochul, something like that. So the new governor has taken over. Yeah. And so now she wants to do, make sure that because of, you know, him and his, you know, old school way of, you know, old school Italian way of talking to women. She wants to make sexual harassment training mandatory for all, not just employees, but like, I guess, state workers, whatever. And it has to be done in person. I'm like, how the hell am I going to do it in person? Are we going to, is this hands-on training? Are we going to learn the right way and the wrong way? Like, oh, sign me up for that.
Listen, you shut up, you fucking radical. Listen, I like watching the videos. Like, here's Johnny. Here's a scenario of Johnny and Julie in the workplace. Hey, Julie, you have a great behind. Want to get together after work? Big smile and wink. And then there's Julie. I don't know how to feel about this. Talking to herself. And then hit option A, B, or C. What could have been done differently? Oh my God. And then you see the new versions of this shit. It's like, hey, non-denominational, non-gender, yeah, want to get a raise? Give me one.
Oh my God.
What could Michael have done differently? ABC. Oh my.
Do you know and you know something else that bothers me? It's always the guy doing the sexual harassing.
Fucking
I've never seen the female doing that. And I'll be very honest with you, I completely and totally 100% sexually harass the music teacher at my school all the time. So is my friend Tracy. We are constantly sexually harassing the poor guy. I'm like, this is not fair.
Hashtag him too.
Yes.
Listen, that's not kosher, okay?
Oh my God.
They really should evolve with the times, but it's always the men. The men are evil, usually a white man.
Yeah.
Yep. The worst of the worst, the cancer of society. I mean, it's well, they did throw in, like a guy hitting on another guy as well now. I mean, they've updated that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
like
I'm impressed.
Yeah. It was still the typical guy of, hey, don't know if you swing my way, but maybe we should get together and talk about your future.
Jesus.
Wow. Like you're still using like the 80s porn fucking dialogue to make these videos.
Yeah, right. What's your sign?
Right?
I bet you're a Libra. Okay.
Like, honestly, like fucking, how about this? Just don't be a fucking asshole.
Yeah, right.
That could summarize all fucking trainings. But no, I mean, a lot of places now you got to get the whole indoctrination training about the fucking critical race theory, the fucking like the plight of the fucking evil radical white man, the fucking the sexualization of, and I was like, oh my God. Like,
we're going to wind up with the new buzzword. The letters are SEL, social emotional learning. Ooh. So we have to learn how to be attuned to others, feelings and emotions, and be able to help them bridge the gap between, the traumatic experience of being locked down during the pandemic and coming back into the workplace or the school. Or I'm like, how about we do this? You know my version of SEL. It's suck it up, buttercup. The whole fucking world had to do this. You're no different. You're not special. Pull up your big girl panties and move on. Holy fuck. Come on.
Like, how about this?
Fucking break.
To said student, which I'm sure would fill in, I'll be generous and say 60% of the fucking populace out there, to some student who was impacted by said lockdown. Here's what it really should read. I just can't get back on track because I feel like things were taken away from me and I've missed so much time. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to do with myself. There's the translation to that is, you fucking sucked as a student beforehand. You were a fucking abrupt failure. And now you're still a fucking failure. And you jerked off and played video games the entire lockdown. But now you have an excuse. This is why I suck, because they locked me down. Fuck you. Honestly, fuck you all. And I'm sure there were some that were impacted by not being able to see their friends and integrate into the school. God, shut the fuck up.
You're gonna love this one. They actually I saw this. There's an email newsletter called Chalkbeat. It's for teachers and people follow education. It's wonderful. Anyhow, so I saw this article and I refused to read it, and then I saw it in the New York Times, so I'm not reading it. It's about students nationwide are starting to make a push for mental health days for themselves when school returns. I'm like, what? Get the fuck out of here! If I can't take mental health days, you sure as fuck can't take a mental health day. What the hell? Oh, I was like, holy shit! This is just pandering and being like, it's going to be okay. Stop. If you're a parent who is constantly like, patting your child on the back and like soothing them, you are creating the new generation of snowflakes. Like, and I know people don't like, that's a conservative term for
you're on my side now.
No, it's it's true. It's like, I can't fucking stand these whiny little, as the intro to the show says, these whiny little snowflakes who are like, oh, but I'm butthurt because I didn't get to go to school. I missed my you know what? I know it sucks. You did miss senior year. And you know what? I get that. And it really does suck. But you know what? You move on, because as we all know, once you get out of high school, give it a year. Sometimes it might take 2 or 3, but you know what? You're going to be like, what the fuck? Why did I even care about that shit? And it's just like, and we need the parents to be a little bit more supportive of that aspect. Stop telling your child, it's okay, baby. Just be like, stop it. Suck it up. You and like 300 million other kids had to deal with the same thing. Fuck off. If I don't get fired for that, I don't know what will get me fired. Like, people are gonna be like, oh, appalled. You call yourself an educator. Yeah, I do. And I think you need to educate these kids to be realistic about fucking life.
That's right.
Oh.
To our censors, make sure to clip that and send that to the New York
Department
of Education. No.
Oh, wait. I'm going to make it better, though. I'm going to make it better because I'm going to guarantee you that most of my students aren't going to be in that group. They're not. They're the ones that were like, this sucks, but like they've moved on. This is mostly a white parent problem. Sorry, I'm going to be very racist. Mostly the white parents who coddle their children and say, oh, I know it's been so sad and so bad. Like, I'm sorry, but like Hispanic and Black parents, they're like, oh, fuck this. Are you kidding me? Like they tend to be better than that. Like, my God, it's the white parents. I swear to God, sorry, but not sorry. There you go.
Yeah. The whole thing.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're perfectly fine. I just find the whole thing kind of funny, fucking as somebody who wasn't allowed to graduate with my class and walk across the stage and be handed my
Dan,
diploma.
I'm so sorry.
I know.
Oh, my poor boy. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, because they didn't like me.
This explains why you are the way you are right now. You're so angry. You're keeping the anger inside from that.
I'm bitter. Yes. I'm just, it's PTSD. And
this is why you don't have a girlfriend, Dan.
It's I don't know. Maybe it's fucking because of. Wait a minute. Do I qualify for disability?
You should. You absolutely should. You can find somebody somewhere that'll help you get that. I know you can.
There you go. I'm going to say this honestly to my high school assholes that literally I had enough credits to graduate, but they purposely, made me go to summer school for 2 months. And it was cool because I took my B average and brought it up to an A. So like, yo, thanks. And then it was like, come into the office one day in August, here's your diploma. Yeah, fuck off and die. It's like, cool. That's great. I'm like, oh, that must have been so hard for you. Who the fuck wanted to share the stage with a bunch of fucking people that I absolutely fucking hated and I didn't give 2 shits about? It's the same fucking thing with the reunions and everything. I didn't care about you then. I didn't care about you at 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. I sure as fuck don't care about you at 20. And I'm not trying to be an overarching bastard here, but let's get together and talk about the old days.
Yeah, because the old days were so great.
Yeah, and then some of those same people, disappointingly so, are the ones that are coddling their children now. So,
yep.
In an age where if somebody bullied you, there was no fucking safe space. It was beat the shit out of them or get beat up and move on. Okay?
Yep.
And it was like, and now here you are just buying in. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
I don't either.
It's okay. I mean, I'm learning to cope with my tragic loss of not being able to wear a gown and a cap. It hurts my soul. It really does. And I think about this all the time. Right before I do a rant, right before I do any rant, I magically think of graduation day, how I wasn't there. And I just get so angry and I let out the pain. Talk therapy. Talk therapy. That's right. That's what I do. Fuck out of here. Fucking stupid ass whiny pricks in this world. My God, shut the fuck up. Oh, I had a homeschool. Oh, you actually had to engage your fucking offspring. God help you. All right.
Yeah.
99% of this shit's put them in front of a fucking computer, run a fucking program all day, and it's done for you. So, but then these are the same people 10 years prior. I wish we could just homeschool and pull our kids out of public school. Well, you had it given to you, and then you still bitch. So shut the fuck up.
There's no making everybody happy when it comes to this.
No, and I drive past like signs up, like political signs, and I I still see shit like, we're pulling for you, Connor, class of 2021. Make this the return, or the fucking, the last ones with all the crying faces. Class of 2020, you're not forgotten. Shut the fuck up. Like, seriously,
this
shut
bullshit.
up. Get a fucking job. Get a hobby. Learn what it is to be disappointed in life. For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
exactly.
I'm so upset I don't get to go on a bus or drive to school and inevitably skip or not show up half the time and not do my work. Now I got to just roll out of bed after being up all night and go sit in front of a computer.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Yep.
I have zero sympathy. I have great concern for the future of our country, but our country's already fucked. So I'm kind of like, eh. And again, those quote unquote underprivileged kids, and I hate that fucking term, but the ones that society forgets about, those are the ones that I actually take pride in, because 99% of them actually know what it is to fucking survive in life. Okay.
Yeah.
So kudos to them.
Do you know how many of my kids this past year, actually, like my seniors, were because they like, I do teach in a very, poor school system. Like, my school is very, it's really bad. And so a lot of my seniors literally got full-time jobs and were still doing their schoolwork to grad at the same time. And like, I say that's fantastic to them, because I mean, they were helping their parents who might have been having problems with, the work, because a lot of the parents have jobs that were affected by the pandemic, like they were like in the restaurant staff, or in the hospitality industry. There's a lot of our kids whose parents work for things like that, and so I mean, like, they busted their asses, and and I will work with anybody, like, I'm sorry I couldn't ask the question now, like, they're texting me at like 9:00 at night, because I just got off of work. I'm like, hey, listen, let's talk. What do you need? You know what I mean? Like, that's what, you didn't see that happening here. I'm sorry. I'm being super racist, I guess, but I guarantee you a lot of, not all, but I'm guaranteeing you that was not the case in a Delaware Valley school district with, I mean, maybe, some kids perhaps, but like, well, Delaware Valley wasn't completely remote either, but I'm just like, this is the shit that I'm talking about. There are survivors out there. There are kids that are like gonna work hard and do whatever they can, and they just keep moving. And then there are the ones that, like you said, sitting at home playing video games and like bemoaning their fate, and like don't use that. Just don't use it on me. Just don't use it on me. It's different if you lost, like, at the very beginning of the pandemic. One of my students, an amazing young man, love him to death, and he wants to be an actor. And I'm like, oh God, I had two students that year that wanted to be actors, and they the one got into AMDA, which is like a big theater school in New York, but it's not cheap. And he wanted to make this happen no matter what. And we got shut down. And like, his mom actually died. She had, this is like back in like March, the end of March, beginning of April. She got COVID, but she had a lot of underlying health issues. She had, I think she had MS or something like that too. And so like, she could have gotten the flu, and it could have been bad enough that she could have died. And so it was, and she was the only parent there. So it was like him, and he has like a little sister, and he has like an older brother. And it was just like, holy shit. And this kid kept going. He graduated, and he completed his first full year at theater school, and he's back again. I mean, like, he is making it. So like, you're going to tell me that because you didn't get to go to school in person, that your life sucks and you have mental health issues, and yet this kid is like fucking like pushing himself like that? Don't come talking to me about that.
Yeah, I just gone are the days. And I'm not just blowing off your story there. And that is fucking rough. And, I give people like that credit, but at the same time, I just, gone are the days of, like, for me, when I was 10 years old and I was told, you're a man now, get a job. And I did. Like, I don't understand, like, I don't understand. Work ethic is fucking gone, lost, fucking decimated. I see people posting fucking pictures and shit like on Twitter. I don't really pay attention to anything on Facebook, so sorry. But on Twitter, mostly, of people posting videos like day 1 of my job. Who cares? Day 2 of my job. Nobody fucking cares, even less. Day 3 of my job. Midweek, almost there. Nobody fucking cares, even less. Day 4, now you're going to get the hate from those few people out there that have half a fucking brain. Like, Will, you're so fucking proud of yourself. I'm like, congratulations for trying to be a productive member of society, but you got to share it with the world to seek approval. Shut the fuck up. God
We're not talking about teenagers. We're talking about adults here.
Fucking people in their 30s and 40s posting their fucking selfies at work. I don't give a fuck. Like, put a post up like, beat cancer. Congrats. Like, beat this. Awesome. Accomplish this. Great. If you so desire to share it with the world, fantastic. But this other shit, like, midweek at my new job, still the struggle is real, but I'm fighting through what? At 38, I've been working for 28 years. Okay. And I'm not sitting here saying, look at me and how fucking special I am. I got paid under the table for many years. Okay. That's cash, right? Socialists should love that shit. And fucking then when I get my working papers, it's like, oh, I'm 15, get my working papers, and now, all right, cool. I could go fucking work at a grocery store. Thank you, Mr. Z's. Like, who cares? But back then, we didn't have anything to post on, of course. Like, maybe that's where we're We're the angry generation, Fucking God damn it. Like,
well, that's and that's true. It's like, I don't understand why, like the whole, if you don't have anything, God. So people are posting on Facebook, like you said, you see that kind of stupid shit. And it's like, yes, you got a job that's awesome. Like, your first day at the job, you got a new job, great. But like you said, after that, no, stop. And it's not only that, but like, if you're just posting this stuff, like, if nobody is, commenting on it or liking it or anything, like, you just keep posting and posting, it's like, come on. Like, obviously, look at what you're, and you think, well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to reach people. You're not reaching anybody if nobody is leaving a comment or, a like or something like that. And maybe you should examine what you're posting, like the people who are like, these are like the same people that would stream themselves eating dinner by themselves. Like, what are you doing? Why? Like, that makes no sense. Or, and today I saw this, I was on Facebook. The only reason I've been on Facebook lately is I'm in a New York City teachers group. And so I can get information from them because fucking U of T doesn't ever contact me with anything. So I've been looking at that. And then as I'm scrolling, I see this like person I went to high school with. I don't know why I'm friends with him on Facebook because I was never friends with him in high school. But one of those, that's like, oh, you graduated my class. Let's be friends. Yeah. Okay. So he posted this cryptic message. I love these. Like, well, I won't be seeing you or won't be here for a long while. It was inevitable. And then there's the inevitable idiots that are like, are you okay? Is everything okay? And I love the one person who is like, it's not that bad. You can, come on. I was like, yes. I'm just like, you know what? I just keep that thought in my head about if you can't say something nice, keep scrolling. Because I'm just like, really? Like, I love the people who post those cryptic messages like, come look at me. I'm so sad. I'm going to do something. What? Like, I almost want to be like, go for it. If your life is that fucking pathetic, then, by all means, you have your body, your choice. You can end it. I love using that phrase now.
You went there. Look at you. Usually
I did.
Damn. I like it. Usually I say the shocking shit.
Yeah. Right? Oh, God.
It's like, I'm having a hard day today. Nobody responded. Shit. Let me post it again. Still having a hard week.
Yes.
Oh fuck! Come on, I need some reaction. You know
Yep.
where's the emojis? Where
Yep. Where's the care emoji?
right? That's right. The fucking heart smiley face huggy thing. Like
Yes.
seriously, fucking listen. I'm not trying to minimize this at all because it was a tragic fucking thing. I'm not a complete fucking asshole, but we literally had a girl in high school who killed herself via gun to the head. I don't know if you remember.
No, I remember a car accident. A girl died like right before
we had
school
that too.
started.
Yeah. Still wanted to kill that fucker
Was it
who
this?
walked away. But anyway,
I didn't know about this. Wow.
I don't want to say her name, but
no, I understand.
James Tim said it, and thank you for the prayers, brother. And he actually said the name in the chat room. Yes, literally killed herself, and that was a horrible fucking thing. But they didn't close down school. They didn't offer. You can go meet with the guidance counselor if needed. There was no special grief counseling. The world went on, and that's tragic to say. And it's tragic to say, but at the same time, life moves with or without you. You know, if you fucking feel like you need somebody, and I know somebody will scold me somewhere saying, you don't know what it's like. I know. I've never had a bad day, bad week. I haven't been going through a bad time lately. Nope. I don't know what it's like. Obviously, you are the expert. You are the end all be all. Great. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Shut the fuck up with your whining and bitching and just broadcasting to the world. Have some real fucking friends and people you can reach out to and fucking talk to somebody who actually gives a shit about you instead of looking for attention from strangers. Because the people who I do know who have actual mental health issues, they're not posting their shit on social media. Okay?
No.
And that's it. You know, that's it. And I'm not trying to be a cold-hearted dick, unlike Carrie.
Right.
But
proud of it.
I would have said it if you didn't, so you're good. But but honestly, like life continues to move. Shit doesn't shut down because you're desperately seeking attention. And it's a fucking tragic thing to say, but it's reality. It's reality. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about these things. And I see this grandstanding bullshit and like people so proud of themselves because they're earning a paycheck, you know, at fucking 35, 40 years old. I'm getting a paycheck now. But fuck capitalism. Yeah, that's right. Fuck capitalism. But pay me.
Yes.
I love them. I love them. You know, there's some that understand like I do this for survival, but I don't agree with the system. I can respect that.
Yeah.
And then there's those other ones that will be the most hardcore ones. I'm against the system and against everything. But I need to buy this new phone. I need to get this. I need to get that. I need to post on social media. I need to, where's my paycheck? Damn it, it's late. I need my money. You know, like I thought, don't you have people that will share your money with you? I mean, like, isn't that the utopia that you crave? You know, is the community going to come and pay your bills and give you $2,000 to go buy a cell phone? Is that is that what the world should be doing? Bending over. It's such a wonderful snapshot of the fucking way society and just people and everything has become. And it's just fucking nauseating. The weakness it is astounding. There's many reasons why we're laughed at by the entire world, but I assure you this is the one that's not highlighted. Okay, but believe me, it's a big part of it because some people are raised with fucking morals and culture, and regardless of how bad shit may be, they still fucking go on with their life and they keep fighting to make shit better. Nobody's gonna do it for them. God bless them. So, I don't know. Like, I just like, should I be like begging people? Listen, I just want to hit the $200 payout limit on fucking craps. How about that? So we start like $100 to go in this fucking shithole fucking platform, but thanks craps. So I want to hit that $200 goal just because I'm going to give it to the fucking host. But like seriously, you know, should I be out here saying like, oh, I've gone through a hard time and I need people to pay my medical bills? Like I just, you know, I don't understand. And don't get me wrong, there's been some people I wish I could help you with your medical bills. I could help you if you want me to. And that's, they're saying it from a sincere place. God bless. But this is why I don't like to usually talk about what's actually going on, because guess what? The majority of the world doesn't give a shit about me.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a shit about anyone.
Nope.
And that's just the way it is. That's one of the things I used to love about New York City. Millions of people, and they don't give a fuck about you. You could be walking down the street on fire, and you'll be lucky if somebody moves to get out of your way. They don't care. And I like that. Now, that New York City is dead. It's dying, dead, whatever. That's gone. That's why now they just want the sheep that abide by what they tell you to do and how to be and how to everything else. And I'm excluding you in this.
Well, that's de Blasio. He destroyed it.
Well, yes. So it's dead. So New York, it will be gutted and rotted to the core, even more so over the course of the next couple of years. By 2030, great reset. Believe me, New York will be exactly where they want it to be. It's happening now. They're going to lose their tourism money. They're going to lose a lot of fucking shit. And it's all done by design. And we got only the compliant that reside here, or the ones too poor to escape. That's it. So those are the ones who can easily control and manipulate. That's the sad truth, okay? But I used to love that about New York. They just didn't give a fuck. And I like that because it's honest. It's not a facade. It's not people pretending to fucking, be something they're not. They were just like, I'm having a bad day. So fucking what? And you're like, how could you be so cruel? Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your honesty.
At the same time, the people you somebody could walk, there was literally this guy for a while that would be on my train in the morning, maybe once or twice a week when I was going to school. And I swear to God, if you ever saw anything with Harry Potter, you're probably familiar with Hagrid. He's the giant, part giant guy with the big beard, the big hair. You don't have to have seen the movie to probably know who that is. Maybe you don't. But this guy was on the train, looked just like him. And so picture a really, really big, messy, Grizzly Adams. Do you remember Grizzly Adams, or is that beyond your time too? I don't know. A big mountain man, right? Okay. So something like that, right? But with more like the beard and hair of ZZ Top, okay? So and nobody batted an eyelash when he came on, and he was definitely had some mental issues, but he would just stand there and whatever, and kind of rock, and he sometimes say something funny, and everyone's just whatever. The train, you mind your own business, you don't, but if somebody fell, I'm a mess. I was walking across the street one time and I fell in the crosswalk, and I actually had a guy stop and help me up. And they kept, is he okay? I'm like, yeah, he's okay. And kept going. It was that's it real quick. So, I mean, there is a bit of there's definitely a mind your own business in New York City. But if you go up to somebody or something happens, generally they will help. God forbid somebody gets pushed into a tracks, you'll on the subway, people will help. So it's the best of both worlds in that respect. People leave you alone, but if something horrible happened, they're going to try to help you. It's nice. It's perfect. Just don't talk to me afterwards. It's But yeah, I don't know. It's like that anymore, though.
Excuse me. Well, it's not going to be. Celebration, real quick. Shout out here. Let's do some applause. Hang on. Woo-hoo. Okay. The Business Insider. Pfizer to acquire cancer drug maker Trillium for $2.3 billion. And it says,
well, that's all the money they made.
Yeah, Pfizer Inc., maker of top-selling COVID vaccine, will buy all the shares of Trillium Therapeutics Inc. that it doesn't own. Yeah, wow. All cancer treatment. What do you know that's coming? And it's funny, my specialist told me that, she said that Pfizer, makes a whole bunch of shit. They now make nothing except the vaccine. And I'm like, wow, somebody's making a nice payday there. But congrats to Pfizer for buying a fucking cancer company. What do you know? Anyway, I know that's random out of the blue, but I just saw that pop up, so I had to, share and celebrate. Anyway, it's just amazing to me how quickly society has declined and how quickly we've fallen and how quickly mentalities and fucking just, people being themselves has become such a far radical thing, And James, I saw you in the chat room there, buddy. And I just got to say, I don't give two shits about the 2001 fucking Delaware Valley High School reunion at all. At all. And they're going whitewater rafting in October and going to a pavilion and having a bonfire. And
oh, that sounds nice.
For only $300 or whatever, you could secure your spot. 125, whatever. Fuck them. Like, honestly. Oh my God. I couldn't think of a more perfect case of slow suicide would be a preferable alternative than going there and seeing these same preppy fucks that still talk to each other go to this fucking shithole gathering over a weekend. First off, you're going to have a 20-year reunion in October when you graduated in June. There's something about
that makes no sense.
Rings fucking stupid, right? Oh, because of COVID. No. Maybe last year you could have gotten away with that bullshit, but come on. No, and people just aren't that into you. I just, I just don't care. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what anybody think. I had people that I graduated with call me Hitler, and I'm a racist. And
cool! I didn't know that.
I know. I'm like, good for you. And you sit there and continue to circle jerk each other, and you sit there and continue to tell each other how special and wonderful you are, and all that other horse shit. And go fuck yourselves. I don't care. So I just had to say that. And dude, they could talk about me all day. I've done more in 1 year than these fucking losers have done in their entire lives. And I'm not wishing ill will, whatever, you do you, but it's the same sorrowful fucks that go to all these things. And I just, nauseating.
I went to one high school reunion of mine. I went to the 5-year reunion. And I think I told you this. I think we talked about this last week. I went to at the town I graduated school in. They have a fireman's carnival every year in August, and so that becomes the unofficial. Like one night they pick the class of '88. Ooh, I just gave away my age. Shush. They pick the one night that they go to the carnival. They meet at the beer tent and wind up having like an unofficial like class reunion. And so I went to that one time. Again, mostly my only reason was because for both times is I had lost a lot of weight from in high school, and I looked good, and I was like, see, and I enjoyed looking at all of the athletes and the cheerleaders who no longer looked that great. I'm like, gotcha. But I have not been to a real reunion. I'd said 5 years, and I haven't been to one since. They're talking about, it's going to be our 35th reunion coming up. I'm like, 30? What are we doing every 5 years because people are dropping dead in between? Like, I don't even care. Oh.
Yes.
God.
Yes. Oh, well. I just, maybe it goes back to my long-ranging fucking disability that I've encountered. That I've realized my abuse.
Yes.
Am I allowed to the reunion if I didn't wear the cap and gown and walk across the stage?
I don't think it's official.
I know.
I don't think it's official.
I know. I might have to show proof of fucking vaccine status and also diploma.
And you have to show your diploma. Yeah.
That's right. Well, I got one, motherfuckers. Anyway.
Oh, God.
Sorry. Random.
No. No, it's funny though. That
I'm getting amped up, because right after this I gotta do Truly Uncensored. So that's gonna be fun and entertaining as well. And then we're doing a new show, and it's a new show for Technical Work Rate Productions, but I get to actually join the crew on their main channel and I don't want to get the name of the show wrong, Rants with Dan. And I'm like, wow. And I think it's only gonna be like 15 minutes or something, but I'm like, God, that's like asking for hell, But
15 minutes. They're gonna have to like record you the entire they're gonna get cut off. Your rants are never under 15 minutes.
Hey. I'm gonna try to be good and controlled, but it's exciting times,
I might tune into that one because I want to see you keep it to 15 minutes or less.
10:30 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna end Truly Uncensored and go into that. It will be
Oh my
priceless.
God.
I gotta just sit here fucking muted the microphone the entire time and say, just don't say it. Don't say it. It's gonna be rants.
Yeah, and then they'll be like, and Dan, what would you like to say? Okay. Give you like that speed talker, like that one guy that like, I know he's in commercial and he always like he does like the crazy like like when he reads all like the fine print stuff. Yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do.
It's gonna
or you can pre-record your rant and then speed it up. Play it.
Could do that, but it's exciting. So I'm getting built up over the time of our show here, which is good.
So you have a conversation with me, then you become uncensored, and then you rant. Okay.
Yes. Do you like the evolution there?
I do. I really do. Kudos to Truly for doing that.
It's pretty fun, And this weekend, like I said, I'm going to do some rando shows because I got to kill time while in the cesspool from hell in Florida. And when I'm not actually working, I just got to sit in a hotel and be bored off my ass. And it's like, I don't know. I can't think of anything really fun to do. I want to go find a manatee.
That'd be cool. I've always wanted to see one. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope there's one like present quickly that I can go look at. And just say how beautiful.
You should bring your phone. You should video it. You should video it and then stream.
Melt.
You can stream it. There you go.
It'll say too hot and it'll turn the fuck off. Listen, it's going to be brutal. Brutal.
Oh
so
my gosh.
Is Elias still around? I wonder. And thank you to your son. Hello to your wife. Thank you. God bless to all of you. I don't know if Elias is still in the arena here, but he's been getting ready to do an interview show with me. Yes. So I want
what?
What's that response, Carrie?
What is the like he's literally going to interview you, like ask you like questions and like a news interview thing?
He's actually been putting work in on this. I got to give him
I'm
credit.
sure he has, but like that's what a way to has he ever done this with anyone else before? Because if not, okay, I was just gonna say because like he's gonna do you first. Holy fuck!
No.
that would be oh my god.
He's actually interviewed a few people, and he's been
cool, very cool.
Up. Yeah, and. And anyway, okay.
This is all you.
Oh,
Lord. Wow.
Wow. Okay, so we're gonna do the interview, and he's been interviewing. He interviewed NC. He interviewed he interviewed a few people. I know I'm forgetting some, and he wants to like do this thing with me prior to our our whole big relaunch and rebranding and shit like that. So I'm gonna try to sneak that in this weekend and do some other random shit. There might be just one show. Yeah, there might be one show I just go solo and I just start screaming, and I don't scream until the time I stop. Like just keep screaming and screaming and screaming, and that's it.
You mean like screaming words or just screaming, like a primal scream? Or you could start with the primal scream, then you could scream your anger, and then you could end with the primal scream. That could be interesting. I like that.
I think that would be good, like really guttural. I'm gonna go Alex Jones style, and like, God damn, I walked outside, it was sunny, it was hot, and it rained, and it was sunny, it was hot, and it rained, and it was sunny, and it was hot, and it rained, and then I got to my car in the parking lot. God damn. So so I'm gonna do some special.
Well, you can build up your ranting. The things to rant about, like just going to the airport and getting on the plane, and then like whatever. Maybe there's gonna be a screaming kid, or there you go. Start like looking now for your material, like when you go there.
I gotta do research before I do a show and look for reasons to be
there. You
pissed.
Go.
Like I think that'll be good.
Just look at Facebook or look at Twitter. You'll have plenty of reasons to be pissed.
Yes. You know what's funny? The last time my fucking Facebook thing posted that I was traveling to Florida, I never posted it, and it just magically appeared. I thought that was kind of fucked up.
My God.
The first time I did it just to mock.
Wow.
An asshole. I literally posted like traveling to Florida just kind of because I'm an asshole. And like everybody else does it, so I want to do it too. And the second time, like it asked me if I wanted to do a what's it called? Like a tag or where you're traveling to. And just popped up and I said no. And then it posted. I'm like, what the fuck? I know, big brother.
Wow.
But yeah, so that's always special.
You can go into Facebook and you can, it's hard to find it, but you can go into the settings. I'll show you where it is later, and like turn off like the location thing and all. I had to make sure I do that because it's like no. Oh,
I
God.
did, and it magically
it might be your phone might be talking to Facebook too if you have your location thing on, like not the location like setting, but like Google Maps can actually track your every fucking move if you wanted to. I the first time I saw that, I was like it was pretty boring because it was commuting back and forth to work, and I was like, well, but that's horrifying too, because why would I want a record of like, I mean, unless somebody's going to like kill me and they're going to recover my body and they'll find my phone and they can track where it's but like holy shit, like that's a bit much. Like I really 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 like not happy with that. God,
just a bit disconcerting, like little fucked up.
Yeah,
but that's okay. So I guess where I was going with that is, so yes, the truly uncensored show, of course, will be at 9 p.m. and then the Rants with Dan show will be on the Technical Work Rate Productions channel here on Craps and elsewhere, and I believe it'll be on this one too. I think if I join and as a guest, it automatically shares. I don't know. It's Craps, so don't put too much faith in it. But yeah, that'll be fun.
Well, I know when I join in, like I click the little like camera at the bottom in the middle on the app on my phone, and then it gives me the option to stream to different places for myself too. So maybe that, when you do that, when it first comes up, you can click different things there. So check that out.
I'm just gonna start the show and just start screaming on that one. That's it. And,
there you go.
Yeah, and I love NC and JC. I'm just gonna start screaming though. It's like the entire fucking time. Have a little timer goes off at 15 minutes, like done. Ding.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, I'm done, and then have a normal voice. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So it's gonna be fun though. I am not doing Politishock tomorrow night. I know I posted it, but I am not. It will be a replay. I know. But considering I got to be up at like fucking 2 a.m. the next day and I never sleep as it is, I'm like, no.
Right.
No, I will do. That's one of the things I'll do over the weekend. I'll do a special Politishock live from Hotel Hell in, sunny fucking
Hotel Hell.
7th Flare. Yes. So,
honey, this is Sunny, the Hotel Hell from the 7th Circle.
Yes.
There you go. It's perfect. Yes. I love it.
And it's a Marriott, so it's not exactly bad, but it doesn't matter. It's still cooking you. But I will achieve my goal of being a lifetime platinum elite chode studded in diamond status after this weekend. So I'm very excited.
Wow.
I know.
Ooh, you're gonna shine in the light? You're gonna sparkle just like
Possibly.
A vampire in Twilight?
I never watched that shit. I've only heard of. Please don't ever do that again.
You know the reference. That's all I had to do.
Stop it. Stop it. First it was that fucking weird ass little British pedophile, and now you're talking about fucking Twilight. Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, but
you got to be in touch with the stuff going on. But this is from like 10 years ago. But still,
I need to be in touch with my Hogwarts. What is I listen, I know very little, but I remember saying sometime, what the fuck is House of Slytherin?
Oh, so it's not Slytherin, it's Slytherin. So just a quick FYI that so you'll understand. So there's several different houses. So Hogwarts is the magic school, right? I'm not going to go crazy. But but in the school they have different like houses, like different like groups. So the students are in like Slytherin, or they're in Hufflepuff, or there's some other ones. And so like I can't even think of Hufflepuff is one of them. I can't even think of the one Harry Potter's in. Don't worry about it. Shit, that's gonna annoy me. But anyhow, it doesn't matter. And so they're in different groups. It's just like if you were in like a real school and like it's a boarding school, right? And like you had like different like sections of students, basically. That's what that is.
Well, that sounds riveting.
Yeah, well, hey. Actually, to be very honest with you, Dan, like I like as an because Harry Potter came out like I was an adult. I was actually teaching it at DV, and I remember like Judy and Jack were reading it, and I'm like, well, if they're reading it, maybe I should. And I remember picking up the first book, and I couldn't get through. I couldn't get through it because it was literally written for like middle schoolers. You know, the first book started like at that age level. And then I remember like trying to watch the movie and like I fell asleep during the first movie. I was like, this is terrible. And I finally gave it a second try a couple years later. I'm not sure why, but it actually wasn't as bad as I thought. Like it was entertaining, and I liked it because by the third book slash movie, it actually got like because before it was very like childish. So it was like like nobody dies, nobody it's all the kids are happy. I mean it was for that age range, so I get that. But then like the third book, like you get like the first real death, and like it starts getting really dark, like really fucking dark from the third one on. I'm like, oh, this is much better now. So it has some good points in it. Like it gets really dark. I'm happy with that. I like the dark stuff. So
I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying, teach their own. I'm one of those.
Yeah,
people
no, I get it.
When I had a friend or two, growing up, and I was like, we're gonna get together and play D&D. I'm like, what? D&D? Like, whatever. And like you go there, and it's like, okay, we're all gonna. It's all sit
imagination,
around,
yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck out of here. I'm like, this is why fucking people beat you up. I'm like, honestly, get the fuck
it's
out
okay,
of here.
But the people who played that in high school tend to have better jobs now. They're the smart ones. They're the ones that like all the nerds in high school. Like they've actually moved on, and like now they have like I'm only saying this from experience, so like Kevin.
I'm not knocking the nerds. I'm just knocking them trying to get me to actually participate in this.
I like D&D. Like so, I actually still play. It's not. It's D&D style, like the idea, like where you're sitting there and like you're using your imagination. You don't have like a game board really. You might have a map or whatever, but like I do that. Like actually, we're going this Saturday to my friend's house. We're playing. It's similar, but it's called Call of Cthulhu. And if you know anything about
song.
Well, there you go. So that's the Cthulhu mythos. No, that's the Metallica song is based on the Cthulhu mythos, which was written by Lovecraft in like the late 1800s. And so like it's supposed to be really like psychological, crazy, fucked up mind like horror. And so we play that game, and that's kind of cool. Like that's like it's actually I don't know. It's to each his own, like you said. But like he actually like my friend Chris like builds out like dioramas. Like he actually like spends time like with like because this one takes place in like Victorian England, like during just right after like about 3 years after Jack the Ripper. So it's kind of cool, and it like adds this whole like creature like like that's possible. It's I know crazy, but again dark. I like dark. You know me.
No, I'm good with that. I mean, again, you're the one that turned me on to The Infamous, so I never liked Lovecraft just because I'm like, yo, it's Poe or nothing, and I was always that way.
Yes.
So I never really could give. I would read Lovecraft books. And I'm like, all right, this is horrible. I'm going to speed read this because I don't like this shit.
Yeah, it's a lot to get through. Yeah, I'm not a fan of his of reading him. That's for sure.
But it's like, and Poe had his fucking, I mean, he's really the godfather of the detective story that people don't know about.
Yep.
But like,
there
was a lot,
I love that you remember that.
Oh God. Yeah. And people like, oh, well, you could read Poe and read that shit. And that's like, listen, like,
whoa.
I know I'll get into heated arguments about that shit. Don't fuck with Poe. Don't fuck with Godzilla. But it's like, no, the Poe shit, like even the fucking mystery shit, even the detectives, it was good. And it wasn't so character centric. It was again like putting you in the situation almost. And that's what I fucking love. So I was always like, I'm about that shit. That's why I did the music and the writing shit, because that was more my outlet. It's like, let's play Magic the Gathering. Like, excuse me. I'm like, no. I played Pogs.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I played Pogs, damn it. I had my slammers, but I played that with myself. It's not like we got together and like, ooh, let's flip your little cardboard circles. Anyway, see, I just gave into my inner dorkdom. It's all good.
There you go. Stuff, that's cute. Aw.
The other stuff is like, oh, let's play D&D. How about like we play music? And like, you know, I remember like fucking being overly ambitious at like 13 years old. Like, I want to write a metal song that is dark, that has fucking cellos, that has fucking everything. I always had these grandiose fucking visions, you know. I always wanted to take, and I did. I took Oh Holy Night. I'm like, the perfect song to just do like dark, no singing, just like dark fucking like almost doom metal sounding shit, because it's so beautifully written. They're like, you're fucked up. I'm like, thank you. But I'm like,
you put that in like a minor key. Oh, that'd be fucking amazing. Now you have me thinking about that.
Right.
Wow.
Just so fucking fantastic.
And you could do some like you said, like some like, if you did some of the orchestration could be like really creepy, like with like, oh my God, that would be amazing.
There's such beauty there. And I love that shit. And that's why I love playing guitar, bass. I played them all. And you know, self-taught. And I mean, it was just like, I always, that was where my mindset was at. And
do you still have a guitar?
I have 2 guitars, yes.
You should bring it the next time, and then I'll play keyboard. Kevin's got a drum set. You can do the guitar. We could like fuck around with all kinds of cool shit.
Don't tempt me. I'll do it.
I'm being honest.
You have no idea how bad I want to do that shit. So I consider it done. I love that shit. And then, you know, the only ones who would never question it, or the ones that happen to be unfortunate enough to read my writings, are like, no, we get it. Like, yeah, because my writing. Dan's happy today. Here's his suicide note.
He only killed 3 people.
I know. I mean, hey, my writings were so damn good that it got confiscated by counselors in high school. So is this a suicide note, a call for help? So, hey, to do that shit, to generate that type of reaction when you're just a teenager, just 13, whatever, like, hey, rock on. Anyway.
Well, they can't even, and they can't blame me for that, because I don't know. I think maybe I told you, I don't know, my very first year teaching, where I was mostly at Dingdale Middle School. I was 8th grade, and I had 2 9th grade classes, but all the rest were 8th grade. Yeah. And so there was this, like, I don't know, like I didn't know what I was doing. It was my first year teaching. The first year teachers never know what the fuck they're doing. They're just barely keeping their head above water. And so like I got like the whole curriculum for the 8th grade from Mr. Burnett in the DV middle school. And so I was going through it, and like, you know, and we did different things, and it was cool. We did Greek mythology, which was part of the curriculum. And then I got in trouble for Celtic mythology years later. Anyhow. But one of the things was we were reading epitaphs. We did like a whole thing on epitaphs. And so I had the kids, I was like, oh, this could be cool. And so I had them write their own. And then like, they were like, oh, this is neat. And like, we need to like, actually like, you know, I said, here, let's make it, it's like, make it a little extra step, make it a little fun. And so I actually had them like, they could create their own tombstone, and they put it on it. Right. And so they thought it was cool, and they liked it. It was a neat project and whatever. And then I don't remember the kid anymore. I feel like I might know who it was, but I'm not positive. I wouldn't say his name anyhow. But he was a kind of a dark student. Like, you know, I think you probably would have liked a lot of the similar things. Like he loved Poe too. There's a lot of like the music that are similar. So I mean, so apparently he had put his like little tombstone thing in his locker. And this was like 2 months after we'd done the project. And I guess one of the counselors was worried about him and thought he might be like thinking of like, you know, doing something. And so they searched his locker and they found that. Oh God. And then it was like, he was like, well, it's a project for English class. Cause then they thought, oh my God, he's going to kill himself. And then I got pulled in. That was my first time ever getting called to the principal's office. And I was like, no, it was a project we did. And I explained it. And like, it's actually like the epitaph thing was like, you know, like in the curriculum. But I was like, oh boy, I should have known then. That was my first year. And I just went downhill from there.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, for me, God.
Dingdale Middle School is where it started for me, you know, when they write something creative and then put it to music. Like, you don't want that. And that's when I wrote my infamous poem Alone. And man, I got out of the class. I think it was like 10 minutes until they were bringing me out and sitting me in front of counselors. And we contacted your parents. And I'm just laughing. Like,
what did your mom do? That's what I was
proud of me. Like, honestly, good for her. Like, you know, are you in trouble? Is this a suicide note? I'm like, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
I still love how you tried the shock value when you first came into my class. I still love the attempt that you made to like, fuck with me. And I was like, eh. Oh
That's
my
purely
God.
speculation. I'll
Speculation my ass.
I'll never forget. Yeah, I know we're probably boring half the audience or 90%. It's all
Fuck
good.
it. They can turn it off. They can turn us off, right?
Right. But fucking showing up to Delaware Valley, first day and getting out and being approached by 3 people that were, wearing makeup, and they were men, and nail polish and stuff. We heard about you.
Oh
Are you
God.
goth? And I looked at him and I said, how does one dress like 15th century cathedral architecture? What? I said, listen, you fucking transvestite. You come near me again, I'm putting your ass down. Fuck off.
So not a goth.
No, not a goth. Never colored my hair. Never wore makeup. Never painted my nails. Yeah, like no, I'm something.
Oh, but you could have been
else.
so pretty with that.
Thank you.
The black would have looked good on your nails. Yeah.
Woo.
Not making fun of goths. I have no problem with goths, but like, well, I mean, I think part of the problem is because you wore all black. And like, you had like the big ass pants like they did. And, I mean, like, well, they weren't super big ass, but they were. And, I mean, so I think that was part of it, but it was funny. It was like, yeah, I think a lot of people thought you were goth. It's interesting. Yeah.
I was the anti everything. I'm like, no, I'm the one. If you come to me again, I'm going to hurt you.
Well, no, you were the Columbine crew waiting to happen.
I know. I was a special breed every fucking day, I don't even know how you would describe what the fuck I was then. It was just an asshole. But hey, only to those most deserving. I had my limits and my decency to me. So I did do some good things, but if you fucked with me, when I finally stopped beating people up, only those who deserved it. Remember,
right?
The ones who deserved it. But nobody ever sees, them doing the thing to deserve it. They only see me kicking the shit out of somebody, and I'm a bad person. No, you ever fuck with somebody who's disabled? You fuck with a woman around me? I'm going to kick the shit out of you just because. So, and then I'll get in trouble, but that's okay. It's okay. But I don't know how the fuck you would define me. But yeah, you made it worse. I was already bad, but you definitely made it worse. And when I realized, you're welcome. When I realized that I couldn't fuck with you because you were like just as fucked up as I was. I mean, it was kind of, it was kind of bad for you at that point. But
I loved it.
Somebody said you're biker goth. I'm like, I'm what? Biker goth. I'm like, how? Because I'd wear the fucking leather vest or the fucking leather jacket.
I think biker goth is that's pretty counterintuitive. I don't think any bikers would ever be a goth. But I think, biker is probably, you definitely look like you could have been a biker. Yeah, I would go with that. Except for you wouldn't be, bikers wouldn't wear the big pants because it's going to get messed up in the motorcycles. So
true.
But everything else, I could see that.
Right. So it's just strange little things, reflecting on the past. But it was funny. It's funny. I don't know. Anyway. Jesus Christ.
Good old days. The good old days.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. A lot of people commented about last week's show being one of our best ever. So, therefore, when you have that, you get this.
Yep. We are extremes.
We have fun with this episode. You don't have to. We do. So, there. Yeah. Yeah, so all about the music, all about the artistic expression, obviously.
But that's awesome. But like, I hope that you're still like, don't let that go. Like, just because I know as you get into like adult life and like your day to day, shit of what it is, you have to like kind of, make time for that, because that's what like, and this is going to sound so trite, but it's true. It's what soothes the soul. It's like, it gives you like your peace and your like your
little escape.
I don't even know how to. Yeah, and I mean, like, you need to be able to like have that. and I think people who are artistic, not autistic, although you can be artistic and autistic or whatever. But people who are artistic, whether it's the visual arts or music or theater or, anything like that, you need, that's something that it's, I don't think it's something that you can learn. I think it's something that's more like
You have to have
when
it.
you're, it's and when you have that, like, it does bring a lot of comfort. Like I do a lot of writing myself, and it's funny, like I'll go for a year or two without writing anything, and then suddenly I get this story idea, this urge, and then I just I start, and then it's this very cathartic release when it's done. Like nobody ever reads. I mean, I posted maybe on fan fiction or something like that, but it's just, I have it, and it's like that. That's that's something that I kind of, I don't know, I that, and being able to sit down at the piano like that's my huge, that's a release. If I'm stressed, if I'm tense or whatever, I can sit at the piano and I can hammer out something powerful, or I can do something romantic, or I can do whatever. It's just that it's an easy way for things, like your feelings, your emotions, whatever, just to kind of come out.
Yep.
And I feel really sorry for people who don't have some kind of a creative outlet like that, whether it's playing an instrument, or if it's writing, or if it's some kind of art. And it could be like drawing, it could be painting, it could be sculpture, it could be using like a Cricut machine to make something, whatever. Even if it's just like putting you buy a kit and you put something together, there's still that creative aspect. I think that's probably what a lot of people don't have in their lives, and I think that's why people get and I'm saying this and I'm starting to realize this about about Philip, he doesn't have a hobby, something like that. And I think that's why he's always unhappy and is never quite fulfilled. I really think you need to have something like that it makes a difference. It really
Break the
does. Wow.
monotony of
I just
everything.
learned something. Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
true,
It really
right?
does. Or to take your mind off of it too. Like the shit that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. It's an escape too.
Yeah. No, and I'm all about that shit, and that's never left me. That's why I've been wanting to play music for so many years, but there's nobody to even have a band with nowadays. But it's that's something that I've always loved.
Well,
even
come over, and the guy across the street plays guitar too. So there you go. We could have a whole,
even better.
Yeah.
I would fucking do that shit. Oh God, you have no. I miss it. I love it. And like I said, for as much as I like metal and everything else, I also don't like I hate that. I like actual fucking stories in the music, or just music in general.
Yes.
Like I said, my most favorite song of all time is Moonlight Sonata. That is, to me, the most perfect piece of music ever created. And that was the first thing I had to teach myself, and everything else. I just love just what you could get out of that. And then I've had people say to me in the past, I remember talking about, I think I was actually on somebody else's show maybe 9 years ago, and I was talking to them about, I love writing, I love music, I grab a Poe, you're not very Poe-esque. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, you're sitting there talking about politics. I'm like, listen, not only was Poe the father of the modern detective story, he was also an amazing critic. And he was known,
the Tomahawk Man. Tomahawk Man.
Yes. So if there was an Edgar Allan Poe alive today, believe me, he'd be criticizing the shit and tearing the shit out of everything.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So, he wouldn't give flying fuck.
Mm-hmm. And there needs to be more of that. So I love that, and that's why even with the writing stuff, my writing style hasn't changed. It's just evolved into even deeper sense. And it's scary because if I want to sit down there and write something, it's I'm going to write for 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden I have 45 pages written. I'm like, oh fuck. And it's the same. It's the same reason, right? Why obviously technology is advanced and everything else, but the part that I hate, but I'm not mad at anybody because of it, because I can't be. I'm not an asshole. Well, I am, but not an asshole when it comes to this, is when I try explaining to somebody how I envision a video or a shirt or a logo or something else, nobody will ever come close to what's in my mind. And it's not their fault. Some people do, don't get me wrong, and I get excited, but it's it's still I have such an amplified vision of everything. It's I wish I had the know-how to do it myself. And it's not I'm not even knocking those who do, because they do some amazing shit. We see it here all the time. But it's still what I envision, it's good luck trying to match that, because my mind is so it's so far beyond the norm, I guess.
Right.
I don't know.
No, I agree. And like, I also think that like, so, I mean, you're talking about like your ideas for your designs and things like that. And like, I just think about like when I write something, like, I actually like will do like notes first and in a notebook, and then I will write
Yeah.
the story in a notebook. I will actually physically write it because I feel like, the time that it takes, like my brain's thinking but it slows me down, like with the writing.
Yeah.
Like I get better, like, I don't know. It's I will go back and then I'll type it afterwards. Like, like kind of like as I'm revising, like as I'm typing, I'll revise it. But I feel like all these like electronic everything that is available to us, like, designs, all these programs and like everything else, it kind of cut it. Everyone thinks they can like do something like and come up with something like that, but it's never quite. I don't know. I think that's part of it.
It's
like,
never
I think
the
that
same.
like, yeah, you can't, I don't think you can bring your vision across, and it's already difficult to tell someone else and try to have them have some, bring it forth. But like, I just feel like it's a little bit more sterile now.
Well, yes, and it's too crowded, sterile. It's typical, right? Like my thing is like when I have ideas, like back in the day, like songs or whatever, be writing stuff. I swear to God, I would take like those little sticky note things and write down fucking. I'd fill front and back of about 100 of them, and like later just convert that into actual, pen and paper and a notebook. But then it expands. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
Like sitting there writing something or texting myself an idea or a thought, I hate that shit. Like I still like the old school way of pen to paper. There's something about that that's just more genuine.
Yes. Yes. That's the perfect word. That's the perfect description. Genuine. Yeah.
Yeah. It just captures the realism, I think, of the idea, the thought, the whatever, the mindset. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
We had some weird conversations tonight, people. I know. But
yes, we did.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm trying to
listen. We don't have to always be like uber political and fighting, and not that we fight, but I mean like just like, being angry and all that. Like sometimes it's nice to relax a bit.
Yes, in a world that's so fucked up, it's good to kind of deviate from the norm, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, besides,
you're get away from the fuckery.
Yes. You might have to write me notes when I'm sitting in a FEMA camp. So, I mean, you never know. You never know.
Right?
Anyway, it was fun. Yeah, I could go on about this for another 2-3 hours. You have no idea. This is a dangerous subject.
Some night we should talk about this. Some night we should talk about like, that and like Poe and like,
yes.
I think it'd be awesome.
Yes, we'll just do like a whole fucking different like artistic literary corner or some shit.
There we go. That'd be awesome.
Time slots to fill. I'm all about that. I am all about that. So I'm just saying.
Right.
I am totally on board with that.
Hey, yeah, that's definitely sounds great. Like idea. I can't speak. Definitely sounds like a great idea.
Right. I like that. And then even it was brought to me by Jackie. Ace's sister. She talked about doing a show. Of course, it's political, but her being on the extreme opposite side of me politically, which we have more in common, right? But doing a show where we talk about like called The Solution, like an extreme, like, variation like between us and everything, and talking about the areas that we agree upon and putting out shit like ideas and thoughts of how we could fix this or how we could do this and shit like that. Stuff like that fascinates me. I like that shit because I think it challenges the status quo, if you will,
Yeah.
So I actually
you'll have to pull me in. You have to pull me in as a guest once, just so because I feel like I'm probably in the middle. I'd be like, wait a minute, all right, listen, I can have great. All right, I'm gonna write all these ideas down.
No, I think that'd be good because that's basically what we already do when we talk about a lot of political shit, anyway. So I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. So but expanding and doing something on like the arts, music, shit, oh god, that'd be fucking great. There you go, boom, it's done. It's done. It's gonna happen. We have the power supreme. Well, until you take those time slots.
You depressed me when troll hunters never happened. So you owe me one.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should literally make a new Podbean account, but multicast it onto our network and just show up. Think about it. Like
that'd be awesome.
Only bullshit. Oh my god.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, Well, we'd have to definitely video that. We'd have to video like the chat room. Like we'll set up cameras on so people can see what's happening. Oh my God, yeah. I wonder if my Nigerian prince is still out there.
I'm sure. And all the hate we have over there, it'd be epic.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Troll Hunters has to be.
That oof. Yeah. I think that's a great idea.
These people don't know what hate is. I mean, oof. Well, actually, I mean, they were kind of second rate, but still, it was fun. Yes.
Right.
All right. We're making a checklist here of shit we need to do. So I am down with that. Anyway, cool. All
right. I know you have another show starting at 9, so I know you probably want to like give yourself a few seconds to set things up. I get it. You're ending the show early. It's fine.
I actually wasn't. I was gonna say I didn't even realize the fucking time. So
yeah.
Fuck you for thinking the worst of me.
Well, fuck you back. You're welcome.
Thank you. It was very mean of you.
I've always been there for you to think the worst of you. Don't worry.
I know, and I appreciate you for that. Thank you. You add to my trauma, so thank you.
Yes. Fuck yes.
I know you always wanted to hear that. Now I admitted it publicly.
Yep, my work here is done.
That's right, you fucking abuser. Anyway.
Oh, God.
I love you.
I love you too, Dan.
Thank you. And yes, it was fun. So even though it was completely fucking on various multiple fucking odd topics, I enjoyed the shit out of it. So yes.
Yep, always.
That's right. All right. So I guess it's time. Any final thoughts or words?
I really, even though we weren't like uber serious like we were last week, and like I was getting quite the education last week, I still enjoy it. I like keeping things different. Nobody knows what the hell to expect. So, which Dan and Carrie is it tonight?
Yes, and I actually like that about our shit. You can't really. Yeah. You can easy to label it. Oh, it's political. It's COVID. Oh, that's the common shit. But no, you can't really label our shit. It's all over the place, and I think that's good. So.
Right. And the way that we ended this just goes to prove that like people with different viewpoints, again, this just proves everything we always say, that like, we can have different viewpoints, but yet look at us. Look at how many things we had in common, and like all the conversations we had that had nothing to do with politics, which I don't think anyone nowadays can see past. You know what I mean?
I agree. And that's why I love it. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome.
Well, cool. It's been fun as always. And I love you. And thank you to you and the maestro, of course, for the back end work you're doing. Wink, wink. Thank you.
Sure.
And I appreciate that. And when the app does come out and you look at it, and if I know people are going to criticize, it's the best we can do. Anyway.
There you go.
Hey, I think our color scheming and shit worked. So whatever. It is what it is.
I think it looks, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to see the whole thing in action.
I know. And we're going to charge you a mere $100 to download the app. Anyway, I'm kidding. Unfortunately, it's free. I'd feel bad asking for money for something Google and Apple are inevitably going to kick off in about 2 months. So that's
right.
Okay.
Yeah, right. There you go. That's a good point. I forgot about that.
That's right. The money I had to pay for these fucking licenses and going to lose that shit again.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, thank you as always.
All right, love. Have a great rest of your evening, and I will catch up with you probably from the sunny hell state. There you go.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Love you. Thank you.
Have a great night. Love you too. Thanks everyone for listening.
And everybody else, I'm going to end this show here and going to jump right over to Truly Uncensored, coming to you live in really T-minus. We're going to say 2 minutes to be safe because I'm going to be late. I'm sorry, but I was enjoying the conversation too damn much. So thank you. See, I know. I'm spreading the love. I didn't know you were still there. Fuck. Anyway.
I just muted myself, so there you go. Now I know how you really feel. All right, now I'm definitely going. Bye, all.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, everybody else, make sure to tune in to Truly Uncensored, coming to you live here momentarily. And don't forget, at 10:30 p.m., the premiere, the debut episode of Rants with Dan, NC, JC, myself. I don't know if Truly's going to be on that one or not. I don't know. I didn't ask. So I might be wrong. But whatever. It's going to be fun. So please, no fancy music to end. Join us on the next show starting soon. Take care.